Silverthorne's Chris Corning gets his first World Cup win of the season in Switzerland. Phil Lindemann, Krystal, 93 News. First, it was a sneaker powder day at Copper Mountain, where 2 inches overnight turned into 8+ inches of blower snow by mid-morning. Shannon from Colorado Springs had been chasing the storm. He was in town before sunrise.
Well, when you're skiing, pretty much every run has at least a 1/4 inch of powder new on it, and the cold weather keeps out the weenies.
Shannon's a Copper regular, but Laura from Boulder had her very first taste of the mountain today.
We woke up this morning and it said 14 inches in Steamboat, and we almost bailed and drove over, but we reconsidered, and now Copper, it's snowing hard here, and it looks light. It's fluffy.
Laura was skiing with her daughter, Grace. What convinced her to skip 14 inches over at Steamboat?
Trying new ski areas and getting some good snow.
Riding the brand new American Flyer chair were off-duty Copper volunteers Mike and Jim, and they know where to get the goods.
We're going back to the back bowls, and we're going to ski on Sierra Lift and go see Gold Digger and some of the great powder skiing that Copper has to offer.
Those fancy blue bubbles on the new Flyer chair are made for days like today. They rise automatically at the unloading ramps, but remember, you've got to take your feet off the footrest. If you don't, the lift comes to a complete stop. It happened 3 or 4 times today, every single ride. Today's storm pushes the Breckenridge season total to nearly 200 inches, enough for resort officials to extend the season by more than a month from April 21st to Memorial Day weekend. Sarah Lococo with the resort.
Plan is to do that this season, as well as regularly extend our winter seasons moving forward through Memorial Day.
That extension is pending U.S. Forest Service approval, along with everything else on hold for the government shutdown. Is Breck worried?
At this time, we don't have any concerns that these requests wouldn't get to the Forest Service for approval.
If approved, this season is the first since the mid-90s. Breck will be open into May. Plans call for base access on Independence Chair only, with terrain on peaks 7 and 8, including the Peak 8 bowls, Imperial Chair, and T-Bar, if conditions allow. Amy Priegel wants you to know there's more to the Summit Combined Housing Authority than deed-restricted homes, like a down payment assistance program open to anyone.
That doesn't even need to be on a restricted unit. That could be on any unit within Summit County.
Priegel is new executive director for the Housing Authority. She took over for Jason Dietz exactly 1 month ago. Since then, they have partnered with Vail housing officials and built an online compliance program for deed-restricted owners.
I think it's a really exciting time in Summit County for housing, because we have seen some really positive momentum towards trying to fulfill the need that's out there.
Of course, workforce projects are the biggest piece of the Housing Authority's mission, and Priegel says they're making a dent in the market.
We've seen an unprecedented number of new affordable housing units come to market.
The Housing Authority oversees 9 new and developing projects, including rentals at Wintergreen outside of Keystone. The first phase there opens this fall. When finished, it comes with 196 rental units for low-income residents and Keystone Resort employees.
It is a very exciting time in that more inventory is being developed than has been in the past.
Priegel understands the housing market is tough, but says she'll think outside the box to meet resident needs.
The collaboration that's going on is second to none. Some of the creative thinking is wonderful, and that really has me excited for the future.
Housing Authority programs like mortgage counseling and first-time homebuyer classes are free. Learn more online. In sports, all Colorado teams are off tonight. Tomorrow, the Avs play the Kings at 1 p.m. and the Nuggets face the Cavaliers at 8. Local snowboarder Chris Corning finished first at slopestyle in Laax, Switzerland today. It's his first slope win since last March in Italy. The 19-year-old took second this past week in Austria. He's in Aspen next weekend for X Games. And in local sports, brought to you by Deep Water Mountain Inc., Summit High Hockey plays Mullen in Breck today, and swimming and diving is in Aspen for a dual meet. This weekend, Tigers Nordic Ski Team is in Minturn, boys and girls basketball plays Palisade at home, and wrestling is at the Alameda meet in Lakewood. Phil Lindemann, Krystal, 93 News.